each and every component. So be calm, be seated, and listen carefully. So let me explain. Let me revisit the hydraulic system in 1 minute. I have told you that how hydraulic system work. So here, number one is reservoir. It contains hydraulic oil. The oil from reservoir is sucked by hydraulic pump, which increases its pressure, and through non-return valve, it goes to pressure relief valve. Non-return valve is provided to avoid backflow of the oil. Pressure relief valve is used to maintain a predetermined level of pressure in the system. If pressure exceeds, then pressure relief valve sends some amount of oil back to reservoir. Then pressure relief valve further send the pressurized oil into direction flow control valve number 5. This control valve is used to control the direction of oil as required by us. If the oil enters the load side of power cylinder, then the load is lifted up, and if it enters the upper side of the power cylinder, means above power piston, then the load is lowered. So now I will describe you about the each component of the hydraulic system. So first of all, I am telling you about reservoir. The reservoir is a metal body tank or maybe plastic body tank which contains hydraulic oil in it. It contains a strainer which is used to filter the oil. The strainer is connected to the outlet pipe which is further connected to hydraulic pump. A baffle plate is used to reduce the turbulence of incoming air because the incoming air from return pipe creates turbulence in it. Then there is a drain bulb which is used to drain the oil from the tank for recharge or for cleaning purpose. And the return pipe takes back the oil from pressure relief valve and direction flow control valve. Filling cap is provided to refill or top of the oil. And dipstick, which is connected to filling cap, it tells us about the level of the oil inside the tank. The hydraulic pump, next is hydraulic pump. So following, you can see the various types of hydraulic pumps. Basically, fixed displacement pump and variable displacement pump. So fixed displacement pump provides a fixed amount of discharge per unit time, and variable displacement pump provides variable displacement means the displacement may be increased or decreased as per requirement. The fixed displacement pump are again of two types, gear type pump and screw type pump, whereas variable displacement pump are of axial piston pump and radial piston pump. So gear type pump is most widely used in the tractors. So we will talk about the gear pump. The gear pump is driven by engine power or motor. It contains two gears. One is driving gear, one is driven gear. Driving gear is connected to the power source, and driven gear is in mesh with the driving gear. Inlet oil comes from the left side, and it moves with the teeth around the periphery, and it takes the kinetic energy of the gear teeth. The kinetic energy is converted into pressure energy, and the pressure energy is so oil is pressurized, and pressurized oil is supplied to the hydraulic system, other components of hydraulic system. So gear type, why do we use gear type pump? So its benefit are because first of all, it supplies sufficient amount of working pressure, and other one is it is very easy to maintain, it is economical to maintain, and it is economical to purchase. It is simple in construction. Next, pressure relief valve. So because pump goes on pumping the oil inside the system, the pressure goes on increasing. So, but we need up to a definite amount of pressure. So if the pressure is increased above the required level, then it needs to be decreased. The pressure relief valve is used to decrease the pressure. What is it? So in construction, pressure relief valve contains it is connected to three passages. From one, oil comes from pump, other one is connected to direction flow control valve, and third one is connected to reservoir. It contains a spring loaded ball which is seated in a hole and spring pressure is applied on it. The spring pressure is equal to the working pressure of hydraulic system. So if the spring pressure and is more than working pressure, then the ball is loaded with the pressure and it keeps sitting on its seat. So what is the working principle of pressure relief valve? I have already told you, if the pressure below the ball becomes more than the pressure applied by the spring, then the spring will move upwards. Let us see how it works. So ball is lifted and some amount of oil starts to flow to the reservoir. So as some oil is going to reservoir, then the pressure of oil in the main line is decreased and the required pressure level is maintained. Next is our hydraulic cylinder. It is also called power cylinder. What is purpose of it? The purpose of hydraulic cylinder is to convert pressure energy of hydraulic oil into mechanical energy of plunger. How does it do? Pressurized oil return coming from direction control valve enters and it applies pressure on the piston, and as a result the piston moves upwards, and as the plunger is connected to piston and load is connected to plunger, the load also comes upwards. There are two types of hydraulic cylinders. One is single acting hydraulic cylinder and the second is double acting hydraulic cylinder. So let's talk about single acting hydraulic cylinder. Single acting hydraulic cylinder has only one opening and it is connected to direction control valve. When the load has to be lifted, the pressurized oil from control valve enters below the piston and the load is lifted. On the upper side of the piston, there is air and an air breather hole is there. So when piston goes upwards, the air goes outwards. When we have to lower the rod, then the supply of oil from control valve is stopped and the load comes down by its own gravity and the oil under the piston displaced by piston goes back to reservoir. Let's see how double acting hydraulic cylinder work. First of all, I will tell you about its simple construction. So it contains a power cylinder. There is a power piston. Plunger is connected to piston. Above the plunger, there is load. We can divide the cylinder into two parts, upper side and lower side. Both the sides are connected to direction control valve. The oil from direction control valve can come inside from one opening and oil from other side displaced by piston will go back to direction control valve, and from direction control valve it will go back to reservoir. So if we have to lower the load, then we supply pressurized oil to the upper side of the piston. Due to pressure, the piston goes down, load is lowered and the displaced fuel from under the piston from the lower side goes back to reservoir. When we have to lift the load, then we supply the pressurized oil uh, on the lower side of the piston, and this pressurized oil lifts the power piston, load is lifted, and the oil of the upper side goes back to the reservoir. Now, it is very important to understand direction flow control valve. How does it work? Listen carefully. First of all, why it is required? Because it is required to give direction to the hydraulic oil as per requirement. We have to decide if, let's tell about its function, and I will tell about all these things. So functions of direction control valve is, it controls the direction of hydraulic system, it supplies pressure oil from pump to appropriate side of power cylinder, it receives oil from power cylinder and sends back to reservoir, and it can stop the supply of oil to the power cylinder. Now we can classify the direction flow control valves according to type of spool. There are two types: sliding spool valve and rotary spool valve. According to number of ports, there may be 2 ports, 3 ports, 4 ports. According to number of positions, 2 positions or 3 positions. Out of these direction control valves, sliding spool type direction flow control valve is most commonly used in tractors, and it is 4 port and 3 stage direction control valve, which can lift or press the, can do both type of functions. So it consists of 4 ports A, B, C, D. The port A is connected to pump, B to reservoir, C to upper side of power cylinder, and D to lower side of power cylinder. And there is a sliding spool you can see in blue color. It has three stages or 3 parts. 1, 2, 3. Stage 1 is called press, 2 is neutral, and 3 is lift. We will see how does it work. And there is a control lever which is not shown here. The control lever is used to slide the spool inside the cylinder. This is the symbol of spool valve. We can use this symbol everywhere. If you are not able to draw the spool type direction control valve, then you can draw the symbol. This symbol will be enough to show the working. So this is the neutral position. I will tell you about all the 3 positions: neutral, lift, and press. So in this neutral position, you can see that port A is connected to port B, and connected port C is not connected, and D is also not connected either to A or B. So the pressurized oil coming from pump goes back to reservoir. It neither goes to upper side nor goes to lower side. Hence, the position of piston remains same. The load is in neutral position. Neither it goes upwards or nor it goes upward, nor it goes downwards. In this press position, the load is lowered. You can see here that port A is connected to port C and port D is connected to port B. Because how do it happens? Because we have slided the spool and the cylinder is connected to part 1. So the oil from pump goes to upper side of the piston. It presses the piston, and the oil from lower side is displaced to the reservoir. It is very simple. Then in lift position, now we slide the spool towards left, and part 3 is connected to the ports of the cylinder. So port A is connected to port D and port C is connected to port B. Now the pressurized oil from pump goes to lower side of the piston and piston is raised. And the oil from upper side, which is displaced by piston, goes back to reservoir through this traction control valve. Now let's talk about hydraulic pipes. These are like our veins. So hydraulic pipes are used to carry hydraulic oil to various components of hydraulic system. We can classify the hydraulic pipes as according to material: steel pipes, copper pipes, or rubber hoses. Copper pipes are very less used. In old days it was used. And according to operating pressure, high pressure pipes, medium pressure pipes, and low pressure pipes. And according to flexibility, there are rigid pipes which are used to connect fixed components, and there are flexible hoses which are used to connect moving components. Hydraulic oil, SAE grade 5W30 or 10W30, hydraulic oil is used in hydraulic system. So the hydraulic oil should be non-compressible. So hydraulic oil is used to transmit pressure energy. The types of, we can say mineral oil and synthetic oil. Mineral oil is derived from crude or petroleum. Synthetic oil is made in labs. The function of hydraulic oil is to transfer power, to lubricate hydraulic system components, to cool the components, and to safeguard the components against rust. What are the requirements of a good hydraulic oil? It should be mixed with additives to prevent rust and to minimize foaming. Its viscosity should be in a good range, and the oil of different grades or different types should not be intermixed. So that's all, friends. I think you have understood it. Thank you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe my channel. Thank you.